day 2 of the Western Conference Tournament. And we have got the Scottsbluff girls taking on the Mitchell girls. And for the Scottsbluff Lady Bearcats, their head coach is Dave Balish. And they had a win over Alliance yesterday, 69-31. Scottsbluff led 10-9 after the first quarter, but they blew it open in the second quarter, outscoring Alliance 26-6 to take a 36-15 lead at the halftime. In the third quarter, Scottsbluff outscored Alliance 20-6. They led 56, to 21 after the third quarter, and Scottsbluff with no trouble as they outscore Alliance 23-10 in the fourth quarter for the win. In that second quarter, Scottsbluff went on a 20-0 run to blow that game open before halftime. Peyton Berta led the way, 22 points for her. Shane Willits with 10, and Quincy Johnson added 8 points for Scottsbluff. Of course, Quincy Johnson, the transfer from Mitchell, who, ironically, Mitchell will be Scottsbluff's opponent tonight, as Mitchell comes in with a record of 0-1 in this Western Conference Tournament. Their head coach is Sean Harvey, and they lost to Chadron last night, a hard-fought game, 39-36. Chadron gets the win. Chadron led 9-2 after the first quarter. Mitchell trailed at halftime 16-12, even though they outscored Chadron in the second quarter 10-7. But in the third quarter, Mitchell tied the game twice. They led 29-23 going into the fourth quarter. Mitchell with a 6-point advantage going into the fourth quarter, but Chadron outscoring Mitchell 16-7 down the stretch for the win. And in the game just previous to this, Chadron got the win over Sydney, and Chadron will move into tomorrow's championship game. For Mitchell, scoring last night, Jaden Kano, Avery Hobbs, and McKenna Chambers each had 8 points for the Mitchell Lady Tigers as they got the loss to Chadron last night. Well, Chris Cottrell caught up with Gehring head coach Dave Balish last night. These are actually comments from Dave Balish after the Alliance win last night, and we'll have that for you next as the pregame show, sponsored by Platte Valley Companies, continues after this on 106.9 The Trail, KHYYFM.com, and on KNEB.TV.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
Always love talking with Scottsbluff girls head coach Dave Balish. And coach, a 69-31 win, a little ragged both sides, I think, for much of the ball game tonight. But you missed an entire week of practice Thanksgiving week. That couldn't have made it easy trying to get ready for this season, and then more of a cramp session early this week to get ready for tonight's opener.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think that was the case, and I think that was the case for myself and for Scott. We just felt like we had so little time to get stuff installed, and so, I mean, I feel like we're basically coming in with half the package that we normally have. And so, but I mean, we want to do simple things really well right now, and that's all you can do. And I think that, like you said, it's a little bit of wild basketball, but I think that's going to be the case across the state early on, just because I saw Adam down there, and he's helped me with summer leagues and stuff before, and I'm like, man, Adam, we went from 100 games to 6. So we typically play 100 games in the summer. We played 6 this summer. So I mean, we're catching up on a lot of different things. I mean, you get stuff installed, you get kids familiar with certain rotations and stuff like that in that summertime, and we're just putting that all together right now, and that's true for everybody. So
yeah, no doubt. Peyton Berta led you guys in scoring tonight with 22. She goes from a really kind of a come into the game, shoot it when you're open, or just shoot it when you catch it last year with all the talent around her, and now she's going to really be counted on to carry a heavy load all season long. Got off to a good start. You know what?
I think that's true, and she'd probably tell you she didn't shoot it that well tonight early on, but she's a kid. Once she sees one go, and she's going to start to think they're all going to go in, and I know that she's feeling that pressure. We don't want her to actually feel that pressure. I mean, I actually think that this year is going to be as tough a year as she has, being a sophomore and being a high value target. We want her to develop the rest of her game right now, and so actually, we're not really asking her to score. We want her to develop the rest of her game, and we know the rest of it's going to come. And so, but when she gets going, she's going to get going.
A couple of sophomores played heavy minutes in Purdue. Shea Willits and Tierra West. Willits hustles every second she's on the floor, and West has a natural game to her.
Yeah, I mean, going in reverse order there, Tierra is she's just a super gifted athlete. It comes very naturally for her. You'd think she's left-handed. She's actually right-handed. That's her dominant basketball hand is left, and just might be one of the strongest kids in the gym too. I mean, she's just very physical, does a nice job, has a good head for it. And as far as Shea goes, I mean, she just has a motor like really no one we've had in a long time. So I mean, Shea just can go, and she's all over the place, diving and making plays and getting loose balls. And we kind of call her the it factor. Whatever team she's on in practice seems to have a good chance of winning. So
with just a 6-team bracket, kind of a wonky way the tournament works, she'll take on Mitchell tomorrow night, who got beat by Shadron tonight, 39-36. Were you able to check any bit of that game out?
Yeah, so I actually saw the second half of that game, and I mean, both those teams are I think much improved. I know that Shadron's young, and Mitchell's got a lot of athleticism and some length out there. That was a heck of a basketball game really early on. So Coach Shaw and I were sitting there watching that like, man, I hadn't even thought about being in this position yet, and they were in it. So speaking about being in this position, I think all of us are just thankful and grateful to be able to be in the gym, and hey, every day you get, you can't take it for granted, because you never know if it's going to be the last day you get. Right. Hey, and tell you what, no one knows that better than me right now, and we're just thankful to be here and happy to be with the kids, and I know the kids are happy to be out here competing. This is what it's all about. This is good for kids. This is good for people. This is good for communities, and I'm happy we're here. Coach, I'll let you go. Go enjoy it with your team. We'll catch up with you tomorrow night. Thanks a lot. You bet. Always love talking with
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leeds Heads.
Yep.
Can't cover them anyway.
I know.
But I am going to come up and take some pictures.
And welcome back to Scottsbluff High School, about 5 minutes away from the start of this final girls game here on day 2 of the 3-day Western Conference tournament. We know one of the girls' teams that will be in the championship game tomorrow. That will be the Shadron Lady Cardinals. So the winner of this game will move on to play Shadron tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Now, we do know the third place game will involve Gehring. The fifth place game will be Alliance. What they're trying not to do is Gering will play, according to the bracket, will play the loser of Game 4 or Game 6. So Shadron has moved on to the championship game, but Gering has already played Shadron. They played them in the first game of this tournament yesterday. So what we're thinking is it looks like that Gering will play the loser of this game between Scottsbluff and Mitchell, and then Alliance will probably get Sydney tomorrow. So that's kind of the way it shakes out on the girls' side of the tournament. On the boys' side, the Scottsbluff boys have moved on to the championship game as they defeated Mitchell, 59-46, and the Alliance Gering game going on over at Gering, that will start at the same time as this one. We do know that the Shadron boys have moved on to the third place game. They defeated Alliance 47-40, so Sydney drops to the fifth place game tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock right here at Scottsbluff High School. But once again, same type of thing in place. Shadron will play the loser of Game 4 or 6, and Sydney will play the loser of Game 4 or 6. And so Shadron, so far, they took on Scottsbluff, so that will not happen. So they look like they will take on the loser of possibly Alliance and Gering, and Shadron could get Mitchell tomorrow on the boys' side. But the fifth, third, and championship games are tomorrow. The boys' games will be here at Scottsbluff High School, and the girls' games will be at Gering High School. We'll have the girls' games for you on 93.3 KMOR, and the boys' games will be here on 106.9 The Trail. So it'll be a good matchup between Scottsbluff and Mitchell. And of course, as we've said before, this is a true Western Conference tournament, as we've got Alliance, Sydney, Mitchell, Scottsbluff, Gering, and Shadron involved in this tournament. As in years past, there have been teams from the state of Colorado. I know Sterling has participated in this tournament in the past. Greeley West has also participated in this tournament, as has the Denver School of Science and Technology, DSST, has taken part in this tournament in the past. But of course, with the pandemic, trying to keep things close to home and just trying to get in as many games as you're able to here this season. As you heard some of those comments between Chris Cottrell and Dave Bolish in their pregame comments, and Steve Land had the same thoughts as I interviewed him after the Gering win here in the first game of the year, as they got the 67-21 win over Alliance. So Gering now 1-1, and Scottsbluff Bearcats looking to go to 2-0 on the season. And Mitchell will be the opponent, and a hard-fought game between Mitchell and Shadron yesterday, as they came away with the 39-36. They did on the losing side, 39-36 over Shadron. But we will move on to day 3 here in this tournament, and we're going to take another break, and we'll come back with the opening tip and the starting lineups here from Scottsbluff High School, as it'll be Scottsbluff and Mitchell to wrap up day 2 of this 2020 Western Conference tournament. We'll be back after this timeout. You're listening to it on KHYY 106.9 The Trail and on KNEB.TV.
Some people think Allstate only protects your car. Here's the truth. Allstate can also protect your home or apartment, as well as your boat, motorcycle, RV, and snowmobile, and even your retirement and your life. Not many insurance companies can say that, but Allstate can.
Bundle and save with Allstate. In Gering, call Allstate agent Michael Engelhop for a quote today at 308-436-2123.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated, and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
And welcome back to Scottsbluff High School as we're getting ready for the start of the final game on day 2 of this Western Conference tournament. And Scottsbluff, the Lady Bearcats, will be playing on their home floor here as they will take on the Mitchell High Tigers. Scottsbluff will be the home team and Mitchell will be the visiting team here in this final game of the day, as both teams out on the floor here, and we're going to get set for our national anthem here in just a little while, and then we'll give you our starting lineups. And once again, our national anthem here before the start of this contest, as they do clear the gym between each game, and only immediate family members of the players are allowed in the gym for these games. So that is the reason for the national anthem before each contest. Let's take a look at the starting lineups first for the Mitchell High Tigers. It'll be Jaden Kano, a senior. Avery Hobbs, also a senior, along with McKenna Chambers. And rounding it out will be Margie Schmidt, and Josie Jenkins will be the final starter for Mitchell. And Mitchell dressed in the black road uniforms with white letters and numbers trimmed in orange. For the Lady Bearcats, their head coach is Dave Bolish. They will start this way. It'll be Mariah Avila, a 5'3" junior. Izzy Wright, a 5'4" senior. Check that. Callie Wright, a 5'4" senior. Jasmine Howard, a 5'9" senior. And Peyton Berta, a sophomore. So a change from last night's starting lineup for the Lady Bearcats, as it's Mariah Avila, Callie Wright, Emma Foote, Jasmine Howard, and Peyton Berta for the Lady Bearcats. And Jasmine Howard will jump it up against McKenna Chambers as we're ready to get this one underway. Our final game of the day from day 2 of the Western Conference Tournament. The tap controlled by the Mitchell Lady Tigers as they move left to right here in this first half. Hobbs with it out on top. They get it to Margie Schmidt. She dumps it inside to Josie Jenkins. The ball is loose on the floor, and the held ball, and the possession arrow will give the ball to the Lady Bearcats. Emma Foote will bring it across for Scottsbluff. On the right wing, picks up her dribble, looking. Avila comes out. 2 dribbles picked up there by Kana. She'll take it into the paint, put up the shot. Off the mark, no good, but Avery Hobbs can't control the rebound, and it'll be Scottsbluff ball as they will inbound underneath their own basket. Emma Foote will inbound. Scottsbluff right to left. Foote looking. She'll get it to Avila along the baseline, left side. Spin move, cut off there, looking for somebody to give it up to, looking for Foote. Nobody there. Take it to Jasmine Howard on the right side. Back to Avila. 3 ball on the way. Count it. Mariah Avila, 3-0. Scottsbluff here early in the first quarter. Kano on the dribble. Hands it to Schmidt. She starts a drive, tries to dish down low to Avery Hobbs. And it goes off her hands out of bounds. It'll be Scottsbluff ball. Scottsbluff in the home whites tonight. Red letters and numbers trimmed in black. Avila into the forecourt for the Lady Bearcats. Gets a screen from Foot to the free throw line. Looking, she'll bounce down low, try to get it inside. To Berta, knocked away. Mitchell the other way. Here's McKenna Chambers in the corner. Avery Hobbs looks, cross-court pass, Kano, 3-ball on the way, counted for Jaden Kano. And Kano tying the game at 3 here with 6:23 left in the first quarter. Emma Foot on the dribble drive, cut off there, and the ball knocked out of her hands, but we'll have a foul. And the foul was on Mitchell's Josie Jenkins, picks up her first, team's first. So Emma Foot will inbound quickly into Avila. 3 from the left corner, off the mark. Rebound comes in the hands of Kano. Kano on the push, stolen away by Callie Wright. Quickly the other way, here's Jasmine Howard in the right corner. They'll work at top of the key. Avila, deep 3, misses the mark. It goes out of bounds. It was touched by Jasmine Howard. And it'll be Mitchell ball. We're tied at 3 with 5 minutes, 58 seconds left in the first quarter here from Scottsbluff High School. Kano into the front court to Hobbs. Looking down low, nothing there. Here's Jenkins, drives to the free throw line, tries to kick it to Kano. Loose ball and a held ball. And the alternating possession will keep it at the Mitchell end. And a substitution for Scottsbluff as Shea Willits checking in. She comes in for Peyton Berta on the Scottsbluff side. Mitchell with the ball. Hobbs looks down low, finds McKenna Chambers on the low block, left side. Back to Hobbs. She'll pull up, take the 10-footer off the mark. Rebound tipped around, saved from going out of bounds, but Kano grabs the loose ball. Mitchell with it. Kano on the right wing. Here's Margie Schmidt inside to Jenkins. Turnaround in the paint, doesn't go, but Jenkins will draw the personal foul. And the foul was on Scottsbluff's Emma Foot. Her first, team's first. And that'll put Josie Jenkins at the charity stripe. First one on the way. That one finds the mark for Jenkins. And Mitchell takes their first lead of the ball game at 4-3. Second one on the way. That one off the mark as Howard comes down with the rebound. Get it quickly ahead to Emma Foot. Here's Callie Wright with it, looking. Double team, looks down low, finds Foot. She drives to the basket, can't score it, but she's fouled on the shot attempt, and she'll go to the line. And that'll put Emma Foot at the free throw line as Josie Jenkins commits her second personal foul 3 minutes into the game. And Foot drops the first free throw. And we're tied at 4 as Candy Banks checks into the Mitchell lineup for Josie Jenkins. She'll sit down with those 2 personal fouls. Foot second free throw off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Howard. Back to Foot for 3. Off the back iron. Long rebound comes down to Avery Hobbs, and Mitchell working left to right will have it at their offensive end. We're tied at 4 with the 3 by Schmidt off the mark. Avila quickly up the floor. Pass intercepted by Mitchell. Schmidt with it. She'll turn, hand it to Jaden Kano on the dribble left side. Here's Hobbs. Back on top to Schmidt. Starts a drive but gets called for traveling. And a turnover gives it back to Scottsbluff as Peyton Berta into the Scottsbluff lineup along with Quincy Johnson for Jasmine Howard and Callie Wright. Mariah Avila into the front court for the Lady Bearcats. Picked up there by Kano. Peyton Berta on the left wing. She'll take it into the paint. Bounce down low. Quincy Johnson to the basket off the glass. Too strong. Rebound tipped around. That's picked up by Chambers. Chambers on the push right side. Loses the handle. Saves it from going out of bounds. As Willits picks it up for Shadron. On the dribble left side. Top of the key. Avila. Deep three off the front iron. As Willits picks up the rebound and puts it up and in. Willits gives Scottsbluff a 6-4 lead here with 3:47 left. And Mitchell throws the ball away on their trip up the floor. I'll check that. It was last touched by Scottsbluff. So it'll remain with Mitchell as Kano triggers the inbound to Schmidt. They go inside to Banks. Outside back to Kano. Kano to the free throw line. Here's Schmidt with a three. In and out. Rebound tipped around. Quincy Johnson there to corral it for Scottsbluff. Jasmine Howard with it into the front court. In between the circles. Dribbles with the right hand. Now switches to the left. Back to Shea Willits, the runner off the mark. Rebound knocked around. Scottsbluff corrals it as Avila tries to run it down left side. Then Kano steals it away. Mitchell off the steal as Avery Hobbs has it. They go inside looking for Kenna Chambers. That's knocked away. Then Scottsbluff throws it away. Quickly the other way. Hobbs to the basket. That's partially blocked. Berta pulls down the rebound for Scottsbluff. Brings it up the left side of the floor. Gives it up to Avila. 2:48 left first quarter. 6-4. Scottsbluff on top. Kano gets a hand in there. Ball goes into the backcourt. Avila runs it down. She finds Berta. Berta on the left-handed dribble. Stripped away by Schmidt. Schmidt on the run out to the basket. She's fouled. Shot doesn't go. Fouled by Shea Willits. And Willits will pick up her first personal foul. And that'll put Margie Schmidt at the free throw line. Second team foul on Scottsbluff. Schmidt looking to tie the game up and comes up a little bit short on the first free throw. As Tierra West and Anna Kelly into the Lady Bearcat lineup. Chance for Schmidt to cut it to one right here. Second one on the way. That one comes up just a little bit short. Banks with the rebound, and it's knocked out of her hands, and she'll go to the line. As second foul on Shea Willits. So she picks up 2 quick personal fouls, and that'll put Banks at the free throw line. Banks just a sophomore. And the free throw is just not falling for the Mitchell Lady Tigers here. That'll bring Howard into the Scottsbluff lineup and Angelica Gutierrez in for the Tigers. Banks second free throw. That one's up and good. She gets into the book. And it's a 1-point ball game with 2:26 left in the first quarter. West into the paint on the drive. Picks up her dribble, looking. Back to Avila. Avila drives right side off the glass and in. Mariah Avila with 5. Scottsbluff by 3. Pressure by Scottsbluff. Mitchell breaks it. Banks on the left side. She'll take it into the paint. Dish it to Avery Hobbs. Back out on top. Kano inside. Banks all alone. Spins to the basket. Can't convert. Avila comes down with the rebound. Long down court pass. Jasmine Howard on the run out. And Jasmine Howard up and in. And it's a 5-point Scottsbluff advantage here with 1:42 left in the first quarter. 10-5. As Kano almost throws the ball away, but is saved from going out of bounds. Anna Kelly with it. Her pass stolen away by Gutierrez. Gutierrez will come the other way for Mitchell. Here's Kano, wide open look at a 3, off the mark. Banks with the offensive board. Kick it back out. Kano into the paint, throws it up with the right hand, comes up off the front of the iron, and she's on the floor, grabs her own rebound and ties it up with Avila. And we'll have a held ball, and the possession arrow will give the ball to Scottsbluff. Scottsbluff on top, 10-5. Had a slow start against Alliance in the first quarter last night. Came on for the big win over Alliance. The Scottsbluff end, here's Tierra West with it. She'll start a drive baseline, loose as the handle. The loose ball picked up by Scottsbluff into the hands of Emma Foote, who drains a baseline jumper. She's got 3. 12-5, and a basket and a foul at the Scottsbluff end as they steal the inbounds pass by Peyton Berta to make it 14-5. And Gutierrez on the personal foul, her first. Third team on Mitchell, and that'll send Peyton Berta to the line as she had 22 points last night in the win over Alliance. And Berta converts on the traditional three-point play. And Scottsbluff has opened up a 10-point lead, 45 seconds left, first quarter. Pressure almost thrown away by Mitchell. Gutierrez with it in the front court. Schmidt to Kano, the 3-ball from the right side, counted for Jaden Kano. Kano with 6 in the game, 15-8 with 27 seconds left and a foul. And the foul on Mitchell's Margie Schmidt. She picks up her first, so it'll remain at the Scottsbluff end as they work right to left. The inbounds pass comes to Howard. She'll hand to Berta, who drives to the basket, can't score it. Gutierrez runs down the rebound with 17 seconds left. Kano on the push, into the paint, drops it down low for Hobbs, who lays it up and in. Check that, Chambers, who lays it up and in. And it's a 5-point Scottsbluff lead. Avila into the paint. Big step off the glass and good for Mariah Avila. And that will end the first quarter. At the end of one, Scottsbluff 17, Mitchell 10 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Prime Metal Products. Papa Murphy's. Farm Bureau Agent Sean Harvey. And by John's Body Shop.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
(17-10), Scottsbluff leading Mitchell here after the first 8 minutes. And the winner of this game will move on to take on Shadron in tomorrow's girls championship game. That'll be played at 2 o'clock right here at Scottsbluff High School. Mitchell will have it to start this second 8 minutes. As the toss-in comes backcourt to Jaden Kano. Gets it ahead to Gutierrez. High pass. She has to leap to grab it as Canny Banks pops out. Pick up the pass. Takes it free throw line. Back to Gutierrez inside the arc. The jumper is good. Gutierrez with 2. 17-12 Scottsbluff. Here's Tierra West driving, ball stripped away. Jaden Kano picks it up. She's got center court. She'll launch from the top of the key and drain it. Jaden Kano 3 for 3 from beyond the arc, and we've got a 2-point ball game at 17-15 with 7:20 left first half. Backdoor cut by Berta. Pass can't find her from Avila. And Dave Bolish wants a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here once again like to thank our sponsors. As we've said, all 18 of these Western Conference tournament games on both the boys and the girls side can be seen on KNEB.TV on Allo Channel 15 and Allo Channel 190. All of the games here from Scottsbluff on Channel 15, the games from Gering on Channel 190. Those sponsors include B&C Steel, Byers Realty, WNCC, Extreme Dents, Platte Valley Companies, Panhandle Auto Groups, Runza Restaurants, The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing, and John's Body Shop. And for more than 125 years, Wells Fargo Advisors has created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. Call Ryan Windhorst at 632-7561. Together, we'll go far. Out of the timeout, Mitchell with the ball. They get it ahead to Kano up the left side. Mitchell with a chance to tie with the 2, take the lead with the 3. They get it inside to Chambers. Back out on top, Margie Schmidt starts a drive right side. Here's Gutierrez for 3, and Mitchell takes the lead, 18-17 in the second quarter. With 6:45 left. Here's Jasmine Howard outside of Vila with a 3. Off the mark, long rebound, run down by Wright. Emma Foote with it. Looking back door, Berta, that pass tipped up in the air. Mitchell with the turnover. And Kano comes the other way. Finds Gutierrez. Gutierrez on the right side, puts it on the floor. Picked up there by Jasmine Howard. Schmidt, top of the key, back to Gutierrez, beyond the arc, looking top of the key. Here's Chambers with it. Inside they go to Banks. Banks, spin move in the paint. Shot partially blocked as it went up. Loose ball as Wright crashes in to McKenna Chambers. And the foul on Callie Wright. She'll pick up her first, team's 4th. And that'll bring the Mitchell transfer Quincy Johnson into the ball game for the first time for the Lady Bearcats, as Mitchell will inbound at their offensive end. Inbounds pass comes to Schmidt, quickly to Chambers. Free throw line extended, puts it on the floor, drives to the basket, and an offensive foul called on Schmidt as she drove to the basket. And for Schmidt, that'll be, or check that for Chambers. That'll be her first personal foul. 5th team on Mitchell. 18-17, Mitchell leads by a point. Avila almost had the stolen away by Kano. Gives it up to Jasmine Howard for a 2-pointer. Or check that, Emma Foote with 2. And Scottsbluff takes the lead back 19-18 with 5.5 minutes left. At the offensive end, Kano starts a drive, but head coach Sean Harvey wants a timeout. We'll take it with him as Scottsbluff leads at 19-18 on the West Coast scoreboard.
For the past 44 years, Platte Valley Vacuum and Sewing has been serving the Wyobraska area. That's quite a long time. At Platte Valley Vac and Sew, you'll find quality sewing machines, quilting and embroidery machines, even sergers, from name brands such as Pfaff and Baby Lock, both known for their well-made machinery. Keep in mind you'll receive one-on-one lessons with your machine purchase. Platte Valley Vac and Sew also offers a fine selection of 100% cotton quilting fabrics and a great selection of threads and notions to assist you in most any quilting or embroidery project you might have. For all your sewing machine quilting needs, stop by Platte Valley Vac and Sew, downtown Scottsbluff.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Elite Physical Therapy, FNBO, A. Elliott Law, Northfield Retirement, and by Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Out of the timeout, 5:27 left here before the end of the first half, and Scottsbluff has taken a 19-18 lead. as Mitchell will have the ball out of the timeout as the inbounds toss comes to Avery Hobbs as Hobbs steps on the sideline trying to tightrope it and was not able to do so. And that'll give the ball right back to the Lady Bearcats as Callie Wright, Mariah Avila, Peyton, Berta, Quincy Johnson, and Emma Foote, the 5 on the floor for the Lady Bearcats. Avila brings it into the offensive end. Finds Berta. Quickly to Emma Foote. Emma Foote to the free throw line. Spin move in the paint to the basket. Off the mark. But she'll draw the foul as Kano commits the personal foul. That'll be her first and the 6th team on the Mitchell Lady Tigers. And that'll put Emma Foote, who had 6 points last night at the free throw line for the Lady Bearcats, comes up short on the first one. And checking back in for Mitchell is McKenna Chambers. And one foul shot left for Emma Foote. That one off the mark. Gutierrez comes down with the rebound for Mitchell. Once again, Mitchell with a chance to take the lead back. Gutierrez on the dribble out front. Gives it up to Kano. She'll pull it out, top of the key. Avila picks her up. Now Kano drives, dishes down low to Banks. She can't convert on the high percentage shot, and Scottsbluff, Quincy Johnson comes down with the rebound, and Scottsbluff will come the other way. Avila on the dribble drive against Kano. Kano goes to the floor, shot off the glass, up and good. Avila with 9, 21-18. And pressure by Scottsbluff causes Mitchell to turn the ball over. As Banks comes out, Josie Jenkins and Margie Schmidt back into the Mitchell lineup. Angelica Gutierrez will check out. 4:36 left first half. 21-18. Scottsbluff as they inbound, quickly move it top of the key to Avila, to Berta. Berta drives, kick out right. 3 ball on the way. Too strong. Chambers there for the rebound for the Mitchell Lady Tigers. Kano into the front court. Dishes to Hobbs. 3 ball, count it. Avery Hobbs with a 3 ball, and we're tied at 21. Here's Avila. Drives left side against Kano, off the glass and in. Mariah Avila with 11. And we go back and forth. Scottsbluff with a 2-point lead. Here's Chambers, drives left side, and a blocking foul called on Quincy Johnson. And count the basket. And that will put Chambers at the free throw line to try and convert on the traditional 3-point play, and she does. Chambers with 5. Mitchell by 1, 24-23, 3:46 left. Avila measures a 3, top of the key, too strong. Rebound tipped around. Schmidt comes down with it on the push, up the right side. Goes the left side, back to Hobbs, outside to Kano for a 3 ball, off the mark. Schmidt, rebound, put back. Margie Schmidt, her first 2. 26-23, Mitchell by 3. Jasmine Howard into the left corner, nothing there. Peyton Berta, they try to go inside quickly to Emma Foote. That pass knocked away. Mitchell with the loose ball. Long down court pass ahead to Avery Hobbs. Drives baseline, kicks it down low. Chambers, her shot blocked into the hands of Mariah Avila. On the push the other way. Avila up the left side into the paint. Shot goes, and she's fouled. Mariah Avila splitting defenders, scoring the basket. And the foul was on Margie Schmidt. She'll pick up her second, 7th team foul, and that'll put Scottsbluff in the bonus here as Gutierrez back in for Mitchell. And checking in for Scottsbluff is Anna Kelly, along with Paige Horn for the first time tonight. And Avila trying to convert on the traditional 3-point play, and she does. 14 points for Avila, and we're tied at 26 here with 2:55 left in the first half. Kano walks it across the 10-second line and throws it away as Gutierrez went right. The pass went left. Third tie here in this in the first half of this contest. Emma Foote, top of the key for the Lady Bearcats. We're quickly into the corner to Avila on the left side. She'll take it into the paint against Kano. Spin in the paint, off the glass, doesn't go. And a traveling called, and the ball will go over to Mitchell with 2 minutes, 32 seconds left here in the first half. We're tied at 26 here in Scottsbluff High School. Final game of day 2 of this Western Conference tournament. Schmidt brings it front court, gets a high screen to the free throw line. She finds Hobbs on the right side, lob inside to Jenkins, and Jenkins fouled from behind. And the foul was on Emma Foote. She'll pick up her second, and that brings Peyton Berta into the Scottsbluff lineup for Emma Foote. 16 foul on the Lady Bearcats, so Mitchell will inbound underneath their own basket. Quickly out, Hobbs for a 3-ball, glances off the front iron. Peyton Berta comes down with it. Quickly head to Anna Kelly. She can't handle the hard pass, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Mitchell ball. Anna Kelly, just a sophomore. Stay with us at halftime. We'll recap the individual scoring in this one. Update you on the score of the final boys game going on over in Gering. Inside they go to Jenkins. A turnaround in the paint, off the mark, but she'll draw the foul. As the foul was on Jasmine Howard. That'll be the first on her, and 17 foul, so both teams in the bonus here for this final minute 55 of this second quarter. Josie Jenkins to try and break this 26-all tie. First one off the mark, or she gets 2 foul shots. She was fouled in the act of shooting. Jenkins, a senior, second one off the mark. The rebound pulled down by Scottsbluff. Get it quickly, head to Berta up the right side. Here's Anna Kelly with it. She'll launch from bonus distance off the mark. Rebound battled for, and officials say it will remain at the Lady Bearcat end. Minute 43 left. Anna Kelly will trigger the inbound. Baseline right. Scottsbluff right to left. Lob it inside, down low for Berta. And Berta fouled on the shot attempt. As the foul was on Mitchell's Avery Hobbs, she'll pick up her first, and that'll put Peyton Berta at the free throw line to shoot 1-1. Berta, 22 points last night in the win over Alliance. As she hits the front end, she's got 4, and that breaks a 26-all tie. Scottsbluff by a point. 27-26, make it 28-26. Scottsbluff by 2. Peyton Berta with 5 as Jaden Kano checks back into the Mitchell lineup for Angelica Gutierrez as Scottsbluff sets up full court pressure. Schmidt on the inbound. She's got it, gets it ahead to Avery Hobbs. Hobbs down low to Jenkins, and Jenkins called for traveling as Anna Kelly went to the floor. It'll be Scottsbluff's ball, leading 28-26. 90 seconds left here in the first half. Kelly on the dribble. She'll launch from bonus distance off the mark as Berta tried to save her from going out of bounds. Not able to do so, and that'll give it right back to Mitchell. Scottsbluff sets up full court pressure. Schmidt gets it in to Chambers. She's double teamed as she starts up the floor. She gets called for traveling. That'll give it back to the Lady Bearcats. Quickly, Avila will trigger the inbound at the Scottsbluff offensive end. Avila looking. Get it back court to Kelly. Across the into the front court for Scottsbluff. She'll turn, hand it to Avila. as we near the 1 minute mark. Avila pulls it out, picked up by Kano. Now Avila picks up her dribble. Here's Anna Kelly. Look inside to Paige Horn. Horn to the basket, and Paige Horn puts it up and in for her first 2 of the game. Scottsbluff by 4, 30-26. Long down court pass. Chambers has to run it down. Baseline jumper off the mark. Doesn't go, but Chambers will go to the foul line to shoot 2. Peyton Berta picks up her first personal, and that'll be the 8th team foul on Scottsbluff. Paige Horn will come to the sidelines. Talk to head coach Dave Bolish. First free throw off the mark by McKenna Chambers. And that'll bring Gutierrez and Kenny Banks in for Schmidt and Jenkins on the Mitchell side. Chambers' second one on the way. That one rattles in. Kenna Chambers with 6. 30-27. Scottsbluff by 3. 43 seconds left. 3 ball on the way. Jasmine Howard, back iron, tipped into the hands of Avila. She'll pull it back out beyond the arc. Here's Anna Kelly. Ball fake, takes it into the paint. Big step. And a foul as Anna Kelly on her way to the basket. Fouled. The foul was on Gutierrez. That'll be the second personal on Gutierrez. The 19 foul on Mitchell. That'll put Anna Kelly at the line, a sophomore. Drains the first one. She'll get a second one. 31-27 Scottsbluff. 32 seconds left. Winner plays Shadron in the championship game tomorrow at 2. Kelly, the second one rolls off. Banks runs down the rebound for Mitchell. 28 seconds left. Kano with it in the backcourt now. Brings it into the front court for Mitchell. Drives into the paint, puts it up with the right hand. Off the glass, doesn't go. Rebound tipped around. Banks with the offensive board. Put back doesn't go, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2. And Kenny Banks, a sophomore, will go to the free throw line to cut into this 3-point deficit. She drains the first one. She's got 2 in the game. 31-28. Banks' second free throw. That one rolls off, but Chambers there with the offensive rebound. She can't score it. There's Banks once again. Not successful as Jasmine Howard pulls down the rebound for Scottsbluff. 7 seconds left. Up the left side, now 5. Anna Kelly with it. Left side drives. Step back from 15 feet away off the front iron. And that'll end the first half. We're at halftime here in Scottsbluff. And your scores, Scottsbluff 31, Mitchell 28 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
Our Black Friday sale is back at Renewal by Anderson of Wyoming for 15 days only. Receive 20% off every replacement window with 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 18 months. So keep your cash and spend ours. Purchase 3 windows and get a $500 Visa card. Purchase 4 to 7 windows and get an $800 Visa card. Or get a $1,500 Visa card when you purchase 8 to 12 windows. Hurry, this offer is only available from November 27th through December 11th. Merry Christmas to you from Renewal by Anderson of Wyoming. Call 307-215-7493.
Welcome back to Scottsbluff High School. Jeff Kelly with you. We're at halftime on the final game of day 2 of this 3-day Western Conference tournament. And at halftime, Scottsbluff leading Mitchell 31-28. Game was tied twice in the first quarter, and Scottsbluff held a 2-point lead at the end of the first 8 minutes, 17-15. But Mitchell took their first lead of the game right at the beginning of the second quarter, 18-17, but then Scottsbluff came right back to take the lead back, 19-18. We were tied in the second quarter at 21 and at 26, but Scottsbluff outscoring Mitchell in that second quarter, 14-10 to lead here at halftime, 31-28. We will come back and recap the individual scoring here at halftime. We're at Scottsbluff 31, Mitchell 28 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Travis Hawk, Panhandle Co-op, Paul Reed Construction, and by Ideal Linen.
We do 2 pictures just like we've done in the past, one straight down and one from the side, but it's better in the fact that they're going to get called back less, there's greater accuracy, and it's a lot easier to find it in dense breasts. A woman should start getting their mammos at age 40 every year, and 1 in 8 people get breast cancer, so it's the best way to find it is early detection.
Jeff Kelly back at Scottsbluff High School. We're at halftime. Scottsbluff leading Mitchell 31-28. Take a look at the individual scoring totals. First for Mitchell, they were led in scoring in the first half by Jaden Kano, 3 for 3 from beyond the arc in the first quarter. She's got 9 points. She was held scoreless in the second quarter. 6 points for McKenna Chambers at halftime. 2 points each for Canny Banks, Margie Schmidt, and Avery Hobbs. Or check that. Angelica Gutierrez, Avery Hobbs with the 3, and Josie Jenkins with 1 point. Mariah Avila leading all scorers with 14 points in the first half, 7 in each quarter, as she's at halftime with 14 points. 5 points for Peyton Berta, Emma Foote also with 5 points, and 2 points each for Jasmine Howard, Shay Willits, and Paige Horn. And Anna Kelly contributed a point from the free throw line late in the second quarter. So your score 31-28. Scottsbluff leads it here at halftime. And we've got it for you right here on 106.9 The Trail and on KNEB.TV. But it's Scottsbluff 31-28 at halftime on the West Coast scoreboard.
Come in and see gifts for everyone at TC and More. Great gifts are waiting at TC and More, 1621 Broadway, Scottsbluff.
Halftime here at Scottsbluff High School. Lady Bearcats on top 31-28. And an update from Gering High School at halftime. On the boys' side, Alliance leading Gering 20-15. So right now, we do know Shadron will be in the championship game on the girls' side. They will face the winner of this game tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Still awaiting the opponents for Gering in the third place game and Alliance in the fifth place game. And then on the boys' side, Scottsbluff has advanced to the championship game. Shadron and Sydney. Shadron will play for fifth, and Shadron will play for third tomorrow. All of the boys' games will be here at Scottsbluff High, and the girls' games will be at Gering. Getting ready for the second half, but Scottsbluff here at halftime leads at 31-28 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At Platte Valley Bank, we realize the way people want to bank in the future may be different than it has been. As comfort levels and desires vary by person, banking may be different for some, yet not for others. We offer the best of both worlds, a traditional banking experience with our friendly tellers and an online or mobile banking option with features that you can personalize and utilize anytime, anywhere you go. So you can bank how you want, when you want, and from where you want to. Platte Valley Bank.
Scottsbluff back out on the floor, still awaiting Mitchell as Scottsbluff holds a 3-point lead here at halftime. Well, Monument Physical Therapy in Gering offers the Bumps and Bruises program, offering one free consultation and one free follow-up for all area athletes. Monument Physical Therapy in Gering. Back with the start of the second half after this timeout as Scottsbluff leads at 31-28 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Prime Metal Products. Papa Murphy's. Farm Bureau Agent Sean Harvey. And by John's Body Shop.
Jeff Kelly back at Scottsbluff High School as we get ready to start the second half of this final game on day 2 of the Western Conference Tournament. As Scottsbluff will have the ball to start this second half, they will move from left to right. Kelly right with it. Out on top finds Mariah Vila. We'll set the Scottsbluff lineup here for you in just a minute. Emma Foote at the free throw line. Gives it up to right. Between the circles, right, bounce pass, high post. Emma Foote looking. She's double teamed. She'll get it to right, left side. Pull up jumper. Doesn't go. Rebound comes down to Margie Schmidt. Quickly up the floor. Mitchell going from right to left. They try to go inside on the bounce pass to Jenkins as Hobbs travels prior to that pass, and the turnover gives the ball right back to Scottsbluff. Avila into the front court, Foot, high post, hands it back to Avila, left side, starts a drive against Kano, cut off, bounce down low, finds Peyton. Berta puts up a shot and off the mark, but Berta will go to the free throw line as the foul was on Margie Schmidt. She picks up her third personal, first team on Mitchell here in the second half. As Berta drains the first one, she's got 6. Make it 32-28. Scottsbluff outscoring Mitchell 14-10 in that third quarter as Berta hits both of them. Make it 33-28. So for Scottsbluff, Berta Avila, along with Jasmine Howard and Callie Wright. Mitchell with the ball. Here's Schmidt, down low inside to Chambers. Spin move to the basket, won't fall. Howard pulls down the rebound for Scottsbluff. Outlet, 2 foot. Here's Avila with it, holds it. His foot pops out, backdoor cut by Wright. The pass misses the mark, and a turnover by the Lady Bearcats. Gives it back to Mitchell. They trail it 33-28. Kano dribble drive, bounce down low, trying to get it to Jenkins, and it goes off her foot, out of bounds. And only one basket here, almost 2 minutes in by Scottsbluff. As Avila brings it into the front court, on the drive, high post, here's Foot. Now she'll drive into the paint, big step, comes up short. Chambers comes down with the rebound for Mitchell. On the push, up the left side to the basket, off the glass, doesn't go. And they'll call the foul, an offensive foul on McKenna Chambers. And that'll be the second on Chambers. And the second team foul on Mitchell. 6:24 left in the third quarter, 33-28, Scottsbluff on top. Mitchell high posts, Howard pops out, misses the backdoor cut. Now she'll put it on the floor, take it baseline to Berta. Berta drives, kick out into the hands of Jaden Kano. Kano on the push, now she pulls it back, goes to Hobbs in the right corner. Hobbs inside the arc, her shot misses the mark. Loose ball on the floor, and held ball, the possession arrow. We'll keep it at the Mitchell end. Shane Willis checks in for Peyton Berta on the Lady Bearcat side. Mitchell will inbound underneath their own basket, baseline left. Schmidt looking to trigger it in, lob it inside to Jenkins, almost knocked away. She regains a handle, finds Kano. Kano with the runner in the paint, off no good. Jenkins rebound, putback doesn't go, but she's fouled and she'll go to the free throw line. And the foul was on Shea Willits. That'll be the third on Willits, first team on the Lady Bearcats. Jenkins at the free throw line, the senior. Drains the first one. She's got 2 in the ball game. Makes it 33-29. Tierra West in for the Lady Bearcats. Jenkins' second free throw off the back iron, and it bounces through. She's got 3. 33-30. Scottsbluff by 3. At the Lady Bearcat offensive end, Emma Foot starts a drive, cut off, double team. She'll get it over to Shea Willits as Willits drives and scores. Willits with 4. And the Scottsbluff lead is 5 with 5:25 left. Inside, Josie Jenkins, turnaround jumper, low block, comes up a little bit short. Avila with the rebound on the push up the left side all the way to the basket. Doesn't go, and she'll draw the foul. And that'll put Mariah Avila at the free throw line, who led all scorers in this game with 14 points at halftime. She rattles the first one in for her 15th point of the night. 36-30. Canny Banks back in for the Mitchell Tigers. And Avila's second free throw toss is up and good. She leads all scorers with 16. And Scottsbluff has opened up a 7-point lead here with 5:14 left in the third quarter. Here comes Quincy Johnson into the Lady Bearcat lineup. Callie Wright back in also for Scottsbluff. Kano brings in the offensive end for Mitchell to Banks. Here's Schmidt, top of the key. Kano drives, kicks it to Chambers. Chambers drives left side. Layup doesn't go. Rebound comes down to Shea Willits. She'll bring it across for the Lady Bearcats and find Avila. Avila holds it between the circles, picked up by Kano. Callie Wright with it on the left wing, or checked at the right wing. Bounce inside, Quincy Johnson against Banks. Turnaround doesn't go. But Quincy Johnson, the Mitchell transfer, draws the foul. And she'll go to the line to shoot two. As Candy Banks picks up her first personal foul here in the third quarter. Fourth team foul on the Mitchell Lady Tigers. And the first one by Quincy Johnson misses the mark. She'll get a second one. That one off the back iron. High rebound. Banks corrals it for Mitchell. Quickly the outlet to Schmidt into the offensive end as Mitchell goes from right to left here in this second half. Here's Hobbs, picks up her dribble right side, back to Schmidt. Schmidt probing on the right side, inside to Banks against Johnson. Nothing there. Kick it back out to Hobbs inside the arc. Hobbs drains the jumper for her fifth point of the night. 5 points, Scottsbluff lead. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left, third quarter. Kano almost picks Avila's pocket, but Avila gets it back and gets it to West. West into the paint, double team, and West called for traveling. And the turnover gives it right back to Mitchell. And it'll be a line change for Scottsbluff, as we've got a wholesale substitution. As includes Anna Kelly and Paige Horn. Peyton Berta back in there, along with Emma Foote and Jasmine Howard. Angelica Gutierrez in for the Mitchell Lady Tigers. She's got the ball with a pass left side to Hobbs. Hobbs stops at the free throw line, gives it up to Kano. Kano back out to Hobbs. Hobbs to the free throw line. Outside, Chambers drives, picks up her dribble at the free throw line. Work it back to Kano, drives, splits defenders, layup doesn't go. Offensive rebound by Chambers. She's fouled on the way back up. And Chambers will go to the free throw line to shoot two, as Emma Foote commits her third personal foul. Second team foul on Scottsbluff. Chambers, who had 8 points last night, has 7 tonight. And the second one off, no good, as Paige Horn comes down with the rebound. She has it stolen away. They'll give it up to Kano for a wide open three, off the mark, gets her own rebound, and she's tied up. They go to the floor. And it'll be Bearcat basketball. And that'll bring Callie Wright into the ball game for Scottsbluff. And Jaden Kano, who had 3 threes in the first half, has been held scoreless here so far in the third quarter with 3:28 left. Scottsbluff has it at the offensive end as Peyton Berta fouled by Avery Hobbs. For Avery Hobbs, that'll be her second personal foul. Scottsbluff to inbound. They get it into Berta. She'll bring it into the offensive end. Jasmine Howard with it on the wing, left side. Looking, picked up by Banks. Banks strips it away, and then Banks called for the foul. That'll be the second on Canny Banks. As check that Mariah Avila back in, along with Margie Schmidt for Mitchell. And Lady Bearcats will inbound at their own end. Toss out on top, they find Berta. Berta on the left side, takes it into the paint, kick it to Callie Wright for a three right side. Callie Wright, count it, her first points of the ball game. 40-33, Scottsbluff, 2:59 left here in the third quarter. For Mitchell, Gutierrez, here's Schmidt, three ball on the way, count it. Margie Schmidt answers back with a three. 40-36, 4-point Scottsbluff lead, and answering right back for Scottsbluff, Jasmine Howard with a three. 43-36, 2.5 minutes left. Third quarter, Kano drives, dishes, Schmidt, three ball, off the mark. Rebound battle for Horn, pulls it down. Outlet pass to right, get it ahead to Avila, left side. She'll put it on the floor, split defenders to the basket. Chambers got a part of that, blocked it. Mitchell will come the other way. Gutierrez on the push, Mitchell right to left. Banks. Here's Schmidt, puts the ball on the floor, splits defenders to the basket, off no good. Battle for the rebound, Scottsbluff has it. Berta pushes it ahead. Three from the left side, off the mark. Long rebound, Jasmine Howard runs it down. She'll find Avila on the right wing. Avila with the dribble, Paige Horn with it. Here's Callie Wright on the right side, picked up there by Chambers. Back outside, Howard for a three ball. Jasmine Howard with 8, and it just that quickly, a 10-point Scottsbluff lead, 46-36, and a timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. 46-36, Scottsbluff leads it on the West Coast scoreboard.
Holiday recycling tips.
The holidays bring wrapping paper, boxes, and trees. Remember, when done with these items, recycle them. Wrapping paper can be collected and recycled in one of the city's recycling bins. Boxes can be collapsed and stored to use later or recycled. Finally, your old Christmas tree can be dropped off at this location. This holiday season, give thanks and a start to a healthier new year. Me at Tri-City Stormwater.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Panhandle Auto Group, Runza Restaurants, The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing, and by Chimney Rock Chiropractic.
Welcome back to Scottsbluff High School. Jeff Kelly with you. A minute 35 left here in the third quarter, and it's a 10-point Scottsbluff lead. 46-36 with 90 seconds left here in the third quarter. Mitchell with the ball. Canny Banks finds Avery Hobbs left side. Dish down low, baseline or check that to Chambers. Quickly to Kano. To the free throw line. Kick out for Schmidt. In and out on the jumper. Canny Banks. Offensive rebound. Putback won't go. Banks will go to the free throw line with a minute 13 left. And the foul was on Paige Horn for the Lady Bearcats. She'll pick up her second, team sixth. Banks' first free throw finds the bottom of the basket. Banks with three. Make it 46-37. Second one on the way. Banks good on both those charity tosses. 46-38. So we near the 1 minute mark at the Scottsbluff offensive end. Jasmine Howard to Avila on the right side. Takes it into the paint. Triple team looking. Dishes down low. Finds Paige Horn, who puts it up and in. And the lead back to 10 for the Lady Bearcats. 50 seconds left. Hobbs trying to get it down low. Pass intercepted. Tipped into the hands of Peyton Berta. Scottsbluff left to right. Berta drives left side. Kick out. Avila. She'll put it on the floor to split defenders, but she traveled. That'll give the ball back to Mitchell. 36 seconds left. A 10-point Scottsbluff lead as we wind it down here in the third quarter. 31 seconds. Kano across the 10-second line. Banks, right side, outside, puts it on the floor. Kick out. To Hobbs. Here's Chambers, top of the key. 20 seconds left. One dribble to Banks. Banks looking as Schmidt, ball fake. She'll drive right side, put up the shot. Too strong. Berta comes down with the rebound. 8 seconds left. Long down court pass ahead to Jasmine Howard. Wide open three. Off the mark. Banks pulls down the rebound. Loose ball on the floor. And the buzzer sounds, and that ends the third quarter. At the end of 3, Scottsbluff 48, Mitchell 38, back for the final 8 minutes after this timeout on the West Coast scoreboard.
When you call Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gearing Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
Final 8 minutes here on the final game of day 2 of this 3-day Western Conference tournament. And it's Scottsbluff 48, Mitchell 38. And Mitchell will have the ball to start this final 8 minutes. And the inbounds comes to Margie Schmidt. She'll bring it to the offensive end, pick up her dribble, trying to get it to Chambers, and she'll throw it away, and a quick turnover on Mitchell's opening possession. And the ball will go to the Lady Bearcats as they led 31-28 at the end of the third quarter. They now opened up a 10-point lead as we go to the fourth quarter. Callie Wright on the dribble, left side, looking. Schmidt right there. She finds Emma Foote. Looking for Berta, not there. Foote will pull it back out. Find Avila on the right side. High pass into the paint to Berta. Berta to the basket with the left hand. Off the mark. Schmidt pulls it down, and the ball's knocked out of her hands. It'll remain with Mitchell. Scottsbluff outscoring Mitchell 14-10 in the second quarter. Here's Margie Schmidt, pull-up jumper. Margie Schmidt with 7. 48-40. Scottsbluff, Berta with a 3-ball. Off the mark, no good. Kano there with the rebound for Mitchell. Quickly up the floor, long down court pass ahead to Hobbs. Baseline jumper off the front of the rim. Emma Foote with the rebound. And she'll bring it in the offensive end for Scottsbluff and find Mariah Avila. She's picked up right there by Kano. Work it around top of the key. Callie Wright driving, takes it into the paint, and with the right hand, Callie Wright lays it up and in. She's got 5, and the lead back to 10 with 6:22 left in the game. Mitchell with the ball. Kano takes it right side, finds Schmidt. Schmidt will put it on the floor, baseline, lob down low, inside to Josie Jenkins. She can't convert the layup, but Chambers there with the rebound. Back outside to Hobbs. Kano with it, ball fake, drives. Now she'll pull it back out. Back out on top. Here's Avery Hobbs with it. Schmidt puts it on the floor, left side, nothing doing. Chambers with it. Chambers into the paint. Loses the handle as she goes to the basket as she's fouled. And the foul was on Scottsbluff Jasmine Howard. And that'll put McKenna Chambers at the free throw line. Second personal on Howard. Check that fourth team foul on Scottsbluff. Chambers drains the first free throw. Give her 8 in the game. Make it 50-41. Second one on the way. That one high off the back iron as Howard pulls down the rebound before she falls to the floor. Finds Avila. Mariah Avila brings it up court for the Lady Bearcats. Here's Callie Wright, bounce in the corner right side to Berta. Back out on top, Emma Foote. She'll pull it out, right side outside. Josie Jenkins there. 2 dribbles. Now they work at left side. Callie Wright. Right into the paint, and she crashes into Jaden Kano. Looked like a big shoulder into the jaw of Kano as she goes to the floor. And they're going to call Kano for the blocking foul. That's her second personal foul, and that'll put Avila at the free throw line as she drains the first one. And the lead back to 10. Second one off the mark, and Mitchell trailing by 10. Schmidt into the offensive end, gives it up to Chambers, back to Schmidt on the dribble in the corner. Try to bounce it inside. That pass intercepted by Jasmine Howard. Scottsbluff controlling, leading by 10. Here's Foote with it. Avila on the wing, wide open 3, top of the key, off the front iron as Howard with the rebound. Check that, Berta with the rebound. Put back doesn't go, but Berta will go to the free throw line to shoot free throws as the foul was on Mitchell's Avery Hobbs. It'll be the 4th on her. 8th team foul on Mitchell as Berta can't convert on the free throw. And Mitchell will have it, trailing by 10 with 4:43 left in the game. Kano pulls it out, gives it up to Avery Hobbs. Her baseline jumper off the mark. Rebound comes down to Scottsbluff. Hobbs, check that, Foote, long down court pass to Howard. Her shot blocked by Chambers. Into the hands of Kano. Mitchell comes the other way, working right to left. Driving with the left hand off the glass, doesn't go. Berta pulls down the rebound for Scottsbluff. Gets it ahead to Avila on the left side. Avila inside the arc. Looks at the basket, nothing there. Howard, now they'll get it back outside to Avila. She'll reset the offense for the Lady Bearcats with 4 minutes left in the game. Here's Callie Wright, driving right side. Schmidt gets a hand in there. Cross-court pass down low to Avila. She can't convert. Chambers pulls down the rebound for the Tigers. Quickly the other way. And Sean Harvey wants a timeout. 3:47 left in the game. 51-41. Scottsbluff on the West Coast scoreboard.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Travis Hawk, Panhandle Co-op, Paul Reed Construction, and by Ideal Linen.
.347 left in the game. Scottsbluff with a 10-point lead. And out of the timeout, the Lady Bearcats will have the ball. Or check that. Mitchell Tigers will have the ball. As they work from right to left here in this second half. Gutierrez is checked into the Mitchell lineup. She inbounds it in the front court to Avery Hobbs right at the 10-second line. And Hobbs had to jump high to get that pass and then couldn't regain her balance and put a foot in the backcourt. And an over and back, and that turns the ball over to Scottsbluff here with 3:39 left. Howard with it. Brings it. Center court, top of the key. Finds Wright on the wing, right side. Berta pops out, top of the key. On the dribble drive against Hobbs. Drives, dishes. Emma Foote from 15 feet away. Won't go. Battle for the rebound. Banks rips it out of there. And then Banks fouled by Callie Wright. She picks up her second personal foul, and the 5th team foul on the Lady Bearcats. Mitchell, as Kano brings it into the offensive end, finds Hobbs, loses the handle. Gutierrez picks it up. They try to go inside the Banks, and Callie Wright steals it away, and a foul called. So we'll walk to the Scottsbluff end. That's the 9th team foul on Mitchell. And it'll put Callie Wright at the free throw line. As the foul was on McKenna Chambers, she'll pick up her 4th. Josie Jenkins out. As Chambers checks back in. Wright's free throw finds the mark. 52-41. Lady Bearcats here. Winner plays Shadron in the girls' championship game tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Wright's second one up and in the basket. 53-41, largest lead by the Lady Bearcats here tonight. The Mitchell offensive end. Hobbs drives, dishes down low, finds Bank, kick out. Gutierrez, 3-ball, in and out. Emma Foote rips down the rebound for the Lady Bearcats. She'll bring it across into the offensive end. Jasmine Howard into the right corner to Callie Wright. Back out on top to Emma Foote. Foote pulls it out. Resets the offense for Scottsbluff here as we near 2.5 minutes left in the game. Here's Foote against Hobbs. Spins to the basket, and an offensive foul called on Peyton Berta as she hooked Avery Hobbs. And that'll give it back to Mitchell. As the second personal foul on Peyton Berta and the 6th team foul on the Lady Bearcats. Kano into the offensive end as Banks comes out to receive the pass to Gutierrez. Gutierrez on the right wing takes it center court. Back to Kano. Kano on the dribble out front. Chambers with it, puts it on the floor. She'll drive the runner, and McKenna Chambers with 10 points. And a 10-point Scottsbluff lead. Jaden Kano's been held scoreless here in the second half. Right now she's on Mariah Avila. Callie Wright with it. Cross-court pass, Peyton Berta. Minute 40 left. Scottsbluff just playing keep away with it right now. Here's Emma Foote to Wright. They continue to work with it. Gutierrez on Wright. Picks up her dribble, finds Howard quickly to Mariah Avila as Kano tries to foul her. Nothing doing. Right back there as Kano reaches in and draws the foul. Scottsbluff looking to burn some time, and they've got the clock down to 1:19. Third personal on Jaden Kano, and Scottsbluff in the double bonus as that's the 10th team foul on Mitchell. And Mariah Avila leading all scorers tonight. She's got 18 in the game, 54-43, and a timeout taken by Mitchell head coach Sean Harvey. A 30-second timeout. So we will keep it right here. Once again, I'd like to thank our sponsors allowing us to bring these games to you not only on the radio but also on television on KNEB.TV. All 18 of these Western fouled, and will walk to the Scottsbluff end to shoot 2 free throws with 34 seconds left in the game. And Jaden Kano picks up her 4th personal foul. And Mariah Avila with 18 points tonight. Leading all scorers, make it 19. 55-46. Margie Schmidt into the Mitchell lineup. As Avila good on both of those. She's got 20. 56-46. 29 seconds left in the game. Turnover by Mitchell. Scottsbluff has it right in the backcourt. get it to Avila, 10-second clock on. And Avila fouled by Avery Hobbs, and Avery Hobbs makes the slow walk to the Mitchell bench, as that will be her 5th and final foul here tonight. As McKinley Knotts into the Mitchell lineup, and with Hobbs fouling out, McKenna Chambers back in. And down the stretch here tonight, Mariah Vila has been money from the free throw line. She has 20 points in the game. Now make it 21 as she's hit 5 straight from the charity stripe to make it 58-46. 16 seconds left. Lady Bearcats will move on to the championship game against Shadron. Margie Schmidt fouled on her way to the basket by Peyton Berta. And that'll put Margie Schmidt at the free throw line with 10.7 seconds left in the game. Stay with us. We'll have the Runs of Post game show and our Taco John's player of the game. Margie Schmidt's first free throw rolls around and won't go in. And Margie Schmidt will attempt a second free throw. That one's on the way. That one rolls in for Margie Schmidt. She's got 8. 58-47, 8 seconds left. Avila in the backcourt. Picked up there by Cano. She'll bring to the front court, and that'll be the ball game. Scottsbluff moves on to the girls' championship game to take on Shadron tomorrow at 2 o'clock. But your final score, Scottsbluff 58, Mitchell 47 on the West Coast scoreboard.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by B&C Steel, Buyers Realty, WNCC, Extreme Dense, and by Platte Valley Companies.
(58-47), Lady Bearcats move on to the girls' championship game of this 2020 Western Conference Tournament, where they will face Shadron tomorrow at 2 o'clock over at Gehring High School. As Scottsbluff led by 2 after the first quarter, 17-15. They expanded that lead to 31-28 at halftime, outscoring Scottsbluff 14-10. It was Scottsbluff 48-38, a 10-point advantage at the end of the third quarter as Scottsbluff comes away with the 58-47 win. Well, this is the Runza post-game show, and Runza doesn't like to think of themselves as just another restaurant in town. They like to think of themselves as part of the community. Runza with locations in Scottsbluff and Gering. Back with more on the Runza post-game show as Scottsbluff wins at 58-47 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Many people count on space heaters and electric blankets to help stay warm in the winter. Here are a few safety tips. Space heaters need space all around them. Only buy space heaters that are tested and labeled by a national recognized facility. Before using a space heater or electric blanket, inspect the cord for cracks or worn spots. Finally, turn off electric blankets when not in use. Space heaters and electric blankets can provide needed comfort or can be deadly if not used with care. So use caution this winter season. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power District, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It has been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
Jeff Kelly back here at Scottsbluff High School. Your final score 58-47. And let's take a look at the final scoring totals. First for Mitchell, as they will move on to play for third place tomorrow. They were led in scoring tonight by Jaden Kano as she ends the game with 12 points. She was followed right there by McKenna Chambers with 10, the only two Mitchell Tigers in double figures. Margie Schmidt contributed 8, Avery Hobbs with 5 tonight, Canny Banks with 4, Josie Jenkins with 3 points, and 2 points tonight for Angelica Gutierrez. Mariah Avila leading all scorers tonight on both teams, 20 points tonight for Mariah Avila, 14 at halftime. She had 6 in the second half for her 20 points. The only Scottsbluff player in double figures, 7 points tonight for Callie Wright. Peyton Berta also with 7, Jasmine Howard with 8, Emma Foote with 5, 4 points each for Paige Horn and Shay Willits, and Emma Kelly with 1 point from the free throw line here tonight. We'll come back, give you our Taco John's player of the game, but Scottsbluff gets the win here tonight to move to the championship game 58-47 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Hi, I'm Michelle Perkins of Remax Regency. After branching out, I've returned home to my roots, to the land from which I came and my family has held for 5 generations.
Michelle truly understands what home means and treats you like family as she guides you through the buying and selling process, bringing the latest pricing tools that are not currently being used in this area to sell your home at the highest price in the least amount of time, and to ensure that you do not overpay when buying.
So just give me a call, kick back, Remax, and settle down.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Panhandle Auto Group, Runza Restaurants, The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing, and by Chimney Rock Chiropractic.
Jeff Kelly back here at Scottsbluff High School, 58-47. Scottsbluff moves on to the championship game where they will face Shadron tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Well, the player of the game is brought to you by Taco John's of Scottsbluff and Gering. Make Taco John's a game day tradition by unwrapping the original before or after every game. And really no question, our Taco John's player of the game tonight for Scottsbluff, Mariah Avila, with 20 points and 5 straight free throws down the stretch in the fourth quarter for Mariah Avila, and she ends the game with 20 points, and she's our Taco John's player of the game. We'll take our break, and we'll come back and let you know, kind of set you up for what's going to happen tomorrow on the third and final day of the Western Conference Tournament It'll be 5th place, 3rd place in the championship games tomorrow, and Scottsbluff moves on with a 58-47 win over Mitchell on the West Coast scoreboard.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
Coverage of the 2020 Western Conference Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Elite Physical Therapy, FNBO, A. Elliott Law, Northfield Retirement, and by Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Jeff Kelly back here at Scottsbluff High School as it's a 58-47 Scottsbluff win here tonight. And the Lady Bearcats will move on to tomorrow's championship game. That'll be at 2 o'clock against Shadron. In the 3rd place game, it looks like it'll be Gehring taking on Mitchell. That game will be at 2 o'clock. And then the Alliance and Sydney girls will meet up at 10 o'clock. That game will be for 5th place. Taking a look at the boys' side championship game set, it'll be Scottsbluff and Alliance as Alliance defeated Gehring tonight. 42-37 was the final score there. Shadron will take on Gehring for 3rd place at noon, and Mitchell and Sydney on the boys' side will match up at 10 o'clock. And all the boys' games, 5th place, 3rd place, and the championship game here at Scottsbluff, and the girls will switch things over to Gehring. So that'll wrap things up here tonight. We're glad you could be with us here tonight on 106.9 The Trail. All 3 of the games tonight on The Trail, 106.9, KHYYFM.com, and of course all 18 of these Western Conference Tournament games brought to you on KNEB.TV, Allo Channel 15 and Allo Channel 190. Nick Chizik at the controls here tonight. I'd like to thank him. So from Scottsbluff High School, I'm Jeff Kelly. Good evening, everyone.
When you call Gehring Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gehring Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our service